let me focus on this one video primarily to show you how guys you can improve the articulation wakati unaandika paper once in a while, especially for those wenye hatujakuwa tunaandika na wao already, especially the new writers. Some of them may I don't know how to put this, and nitakuwa na feel like something needs to be improved in the paper, something that I can't even tell ni nini. Like maybe umeaddress everything kabisa, kila kitu umeaddress venye touch on all the prompts, but the way zimekuwa articulated unapata na feel hapana. So this video is for as a means ya kuimprove your articulation. So in this case tutatumia Quilbot. We'll use Quilbot, and pia it will be a combination ya Quilbot na kuproofread. So nikiongelea articulation, I will use an example from a paper I was going through somewhere. Please, if this paper is yours, don't feel offended. I just want to use it as a real example to teach this. Kwa hii paper, there was a paragraph somewhere, and this paragraph inakaa hivi. So I'll just go direct to Quilbot. So on the left side, this is what I copy pasted from the paper directly. Now, if you read this passage, if you read this text, nilikuwa na feel it can be improved in some way. You know, we can put it in a much better way. The ideas ni zile zile, the idea stick, the concept sticks, but the way it can be put can be improved. So let me read it. As defined by Wright Mills, humans' ability to connect personal tribulations to the larger society they live in can be defined as sociological imagination. I was able to evaluate and review an incident that happened recently in my life from a sociological imagination perspective. From a personal perspective, I believe that as a family, we are more capable than anyone else taking care of our grandmother. On the other hand, society has developed from that perception and prefers that older people to be taken care of in nursing homes where they are professionals. I'm not saying that this is a bad way to put it. It's just for the purpose of teaching teaching people how to improve, you know, on the articulation, on how they put their ideas down in a paper. Si ati nasema hii ni mbaya. Don't misinterpret me. But if there is always room to put something in a much better way, then please do it. It will you know, itafanya hadi ni kupeange tu kazi mingi. You know, kuna ule msee mwenye anaandikanga paper, unapata yenyewe ako kakizungu, kuna venye kana flow. Of course, clients usually, you know, they usually, guys, I got a call, nika pause video, so I don't know where I was. So what I was saying is, if you look at this input on the left, which is copied from the paper, and now this is the paraphrased content by Quilbot, nikiwa nimetumia the creative module, nikiwa nimetumia the creative one. So if for me, this text appeals way more because kwanza ni shorter, ina condense hiyo text vipoa, and the articulation is very much better according to me. So easy modules hapa, I will share my logins with you. I have the premium account, so easy modules hapa unaweza zitumia, you can play around with them. So I like using creative first. Nikiona iko nje, nikiona inachonga nje sana, maybe naweza rephrase a few more times. Nikiona iko nje sana, I just go to fluency na formal. Napenda sana hizi, even standard inakuanga poa. Zenye I don't use more often ni simple na expand. But I will tell you how you can use simple. So I hope I can remember that. Talk of a simple module. So let me acha niandike hapo ndio. I will tell you how you can use this one. And even maybe I can touch on a few kwa hizi mbili. So if you read this one, Wright Mill argues that sociological imagination is the capacity to see how individual struggles fit into the context of one's community. Recently, I had the opportunity to apply my sociological imagination to the analysis of a personal experience. Personally, I think we can provide better care for our grandmother than anyone else. So I would prefer he equal for our elderly. Instead, the paper was whoever was writing the paper alikuwa anajaribu alikuwa anaongelelea grandmother wake kama an elderly, but in this context naweza prefer kwanza we stick to elderly because in a generalized, I think we can provide better care for our elderly. In this case, we can just generalize it instead of going direct to grandmother. However, modern society has moved beyond that view and now generally favors nursing home care for the elderly. So, niko sure ukiipeleka kwa Grammarly itatoa a few things. Maybe now, kama hii generally maybe itatolewa. And now favors, you see, and now favors. And now favors, okay, so I think itakaa kitu kama hiyo. So for me, ina communicate vipoa sana. Kuelewa chenye huyu msee anajaribu kusema ni rahisi sana. And also hii personally I think so, hii ni kujirudia. Naweza sema I think because hapa already tusha make it clear that it's a personal experience. So I had the opportunity to apply my sociological imagination to the analysis of a personal experience. Okay. I think we can provide better care for our elderly than anyone else. So, hii ni viewpoint ya mse. I think the paper ilikuwa inataka, such kind like inakuprompt, wewe unaiona aje? Should we take them to the nursing home cares ama? So, yeye amepeana his personal view. So, this is actually what I wanted you to look at. Like you can articulate a paper way more better. You see, this one is a bit wordy, and especially the first part, if you compare hii part ya kwanza na the equivalent output, I'm pretty sure that so let me disable. So I'm pretty sure that hata wewe mwenyewe unaweza ona this one articulates faster and easier. As defined by Wright Mills, humans' ability to connect personal tribulations to the larger society they live in can be defined as sociological imagination. I'm not saying it's wrong, but read this. Wright Mills argues that sociological imagination is the capacity to see how individuals' struggles fit in the context of one's community. For me, this one is way much more better. Let me pause. Sorry guys for the many pauses. So, I can change this community to society. So, nimesema, if you look at this, venye ina articulate from this one, it's way much better. Way much better. So, you can use this tool. You can use this tool maze ku improve on articulation. And remember, you use it to improve what you already wrote. Chenye already umeandika. Okay? Do not use the tool. Don't let the tool use you. Usikuwe na over reliance. Usikuwe ni kama una expect sasa Quilbot to write for you. No. Umeshaandika paper yako. You are doing some proofreading. Some sections hata wewe mwenyewe unasoma una feel kuna chenye nilikuwa nataka ku bring out vizuri. You can copy that paragraph or even a few lines or maybe an entire page or something. You bring it here, play around with the modules, okay? get the output. When you get the output, check for errors or changed meaning, because saa ingine this is just an artificial intelligence trying to do something for you. Your human input is very very important. Usichukue hii ucopy direct uende uka paste kwa paper hata kama hata kama ujaisoma chenye imekuandikia. No, go through it, isome vizuri, make sure that notice mahali ulikuwa unataka imaanishe something A, make sure that it is something A, okay? Yes, so don't let the tool use you. Please usiende kwa misuse. Do not misuse this tool. Nitaona immediately tu nitaona. Na usifanye ile maneno ya kuenda una copy paste content somewhere, unakuja unaipaste hapa and then unachukua hii yenye imeparaphrasiwa. Ukifanya hivyo tu tutakosana tu mbaya. Like you will just go. Hata there won't be stories to tell hapo. So use the tool after umeshaandika chenye umeandika. Andika paper yako. In fact, whatever I'm recommending here is something that you should do after you've written the entire paper. Using the tool is a means of proofreading, okay? So you have your content, you feel that it's not articulating right. You can bring it and then you can paraphrase. It is as a last resort, okay? It is as a last resort. If you misuse it, mimi nitajua. I will know. Nitaangalia tu nione hapana. This doesn't make sense. Either meaning imekuwa changed, meaning imechange, so haita make sense. Ama so if the meaning changes, you should notice, because you should be able to, wenda umeandika paper, actually hata ukisoma si lazima ucompare, na ukisoma tu utaona ile place yenye meaning imechange, so you can make the changes manually wewe mwenyewe. So it is an interesting tool because, for instance, kama nikiweza highlight hii, I can also rephrase in many other formats, okay? Naweza bado rephrase in the creative module, inanipea like 1, 2, 3 instances, okay? Ukienda kwa simple inanipea zake, ukienda kwa fluency, formal, whichever the case. Good. Now, let me share about the simple module. Now, this simple module, nimeweza kuitumia, there's a time I was reading a very complicated paper and I wanted to use that paper to do a job. So the paper was so complicated, it was a journal. So nilikuwa nakuja na copy paste hiyo content ya hiyo journal na ipaste hapa, and then I paraphrase using the simple module na rephrase. So inani digest, inanipea kitu yenye nikisoma naelewa haraka. But still I was very keen about the issue of changing the meaning. I was very keen, okay? So nilikuwa na make sure whatever I'm reading haijachangiwa meaning, it's only been simplified. Mahali imechangiwa meaning, I was very quick to notice. Unapatanga ni kawad kamoja tu, but kamekutupa nje. So hii simple module, if you have a very complicated reading that you must use, you can paste it. Unaipaste hapa, bring out in a simplified version yenye kuelewa ni haraka. At the end of the day, I'm telling you, these are tools that wewe ndio unafaa uitumie, but do not let it use you. Usi over rely. Isikue that everything you do now is based on the Quilbot tool. No. You should use it to your advantage. Use it wisely. Ukiitumia na ujanja, hata mimi mwenyewe tutapeleka na poa. You will increase your productivity. They are meant to increase productivity, to speed up how you are doing things, Yeah, so you just, when ni wewe sasa utajua wenye utaitumia vizuri. But mimi nimekupea the way I've been using it and the way I would recommend. So in sometimes I can shorten. I don't recommend you expanding content with it. I don't recommend you expanding any content with it. No. I would rather recommend that you shorten something with it. Hii expand inaweka zile tunazitanga fillers, word fillers. Unapata there is a very short way of putting something, lakini unaongeza maword fillers mingi in between to make a sentence ikuwe mrefu. So I won't recommend the expand at all. Hii hata haifai kuwa for the academic context. So, but the shortening one, you can use it once in a while. So the others, uta explore we mwenyewe, you know. You can rephrase context ikiwa kama hapa iko kwa simple. I can click formal and immediately unaona kana load, ita rephrase, inipatie, you know. Same case kwa fluency, unaweza fanya hiyo kazi yote hapa. Or I can even highlight ikiwa hapa na ni rephrase pia in other modules, although in this case it's only assumed, you know, some sentences haijaleta yote. So if you want to rephrase the entire thing, you can switch in between these ones. So use it to your advantage. Now the secret has always been proofreading papers. Hiyo ndo kitu yenye ina set apart msee mwenye anafanya paper ikienda. Of course kuna wale wasee mazee wameiva, we give it to them mazee wameiva. Msee anaandikanga paper once, he doesn't do a lot of proofreading mazee. I give it to them. Mimi mwenyewe siwezi fanya hivyo. There are those guys anafanyanga kitu tu once, ikiendanga. Kuna wase wamefika hiyo level. If you are not at that level, kama wewe uko kwa hiyo level, proofreading is a must, because hapo ndio penye utafanya ile story ya checklist, you know, kuangalia instructions zilikuwa zinasema nini. Have I observed hizo vitu zote? It is part of proofreading, hiyo kazi yote. So proofreading ndio utakuja sasa kutumia hii Quilbot when you need to use it. Okay? When you need to improve on your articulation. Sana. Okay? So, hapo wakati una proofread ndio utanotice kuna hizi general statements. You know, hizi kama hii. Many people prefer to take their elderly to nursing homes. When you are writing, always make sure that every sentence adds meat to the paper. Inaongeza kitu. Let it not just occupy space hapo bure. Okay? It is so obvious. You know, kuna hizi general statements which are so obvious. Like, it's like unaisema and then mtu anaweza uliza so what? So what? I already know that. Kwa hivyo, avoid them. Hizo general statements, avoid them. Now in this case, hii sentence inaweza baki hivi if the succeeding statement ina expand more on this one. Kama inaelezea as to why many people prefer to take their elderly to nursing homes. Why should the reader care about it? Unasema nini? Like, why? So in this case, inaweza baki hivyo. But I hope you are getting chenye najaribu ku bring out. Like, do not fill a paper with some very general statements. Na hii inaletangwa na shida ya kutokuwa na an outline for a paper. Or rather, inaletangwa na ile umesoma tu instructions umeanza kuandika. Hauja take some notes anywhere. Uja make some notes, uja create ka outline kako kavenye utapanga paper. So in between unapatanga the paper is so confusing, like una repeat kitu, unatoka kwa kitu hapo umeisema hapa juu, in the same paragraph umerepeat tena, kwa paragraph ingine hapo umerepeat tena, because you don't have a plan of how you are organizing your paper. I've made a video about decoding instructions. Please go through it, because hapo I think nimeongelelea venye you should organize papers. I'm just reiterating. I'm just trying to make one video still cover some things zenye nimeongelea kwa video zingine. So please, proofreading is a key. Hiyo ndio part yenye wewe unachukua paper and you assume si wewe umesoma hii paper, si wewe umeandika, I mean. So you try to read the paper and you look at it from a perspective of someone mwenye amekuja tu nikaa best yako umeandika paper hebu nisome. So when you are reading it, out assume you already know some of these things. You will make it very clear to the reader your intention of what you are going to, it can be a thesis or a purpose statement, whichever it is. But if it's a thesis, strictly adhere to the principles of creating a thesis statement. I've made a separate video for thesis statement. So in that case, when you are proofreading, ndio time yenye uta notice some things zenye, because sometimes the brain works faster than the way utatype. Uta notice kuna kitu ulikuwa unataka kusema kwa a certain sentence lakini haija come out, na hapo ndio uta make the necessary changes. You can make them manually. In most cases it will be manually actually. In the event that unahitajika usaidizi, ndio utaenda kwa Quilbot, you paste that content there and hit the button, uone kama inaweza come up na kitu yenye ulikuwa unataka. Ndio hiyo sasa yenye ulikuwa unataka. And then now you can bring in, of course, after cross checking that haijaweka some errors, haija change meaning, after all that. So hii kuproofread papers ndio siri kubwa sana. Itakuwa inafanya unafanya a paper, na hiyo paper hata wewe mwenyewe ukinitumia, you are 100% sure that hiyo paper iko ndani na haitakuwa na some issues. Okay, hii ndio siri kubwa. But this is where also most of the people don't. You umeandika paper, una feel umechoka and you want to go to the next one, una skip hii part, and then kakitu kadogo ka articulation kadogo kako kwa paragraph. You see, ka articulation kadogo tu kanafanya client anaona hii paper haijaandikwa vizuri. Client either kama yeye ni client mpoa atanirudishia paper, na kama yeye si client mpoa ana cancel hiyo paper. So you lose an entire 6 page because of a paragraph mazi, or a sentence. You lose an entire 10 page juu ya kitu kadogo, juu uli skip hii part ya kuproofread. Hata losing up 1 page juu ya kitu kadogo inauma, kusema ule kweli. We are doing this to make money. So make sure you follow the processes vizuri so that unajua hiyo paper imeenda. There is nothing for you to worry. Hata ukienda kwa hiyo ingine, yes, unaweza choka zaidi kidogo because you are proofreading. But na wewe umesecure, nikaa kuwekelea multibet, you are sure that it's either ikue hii ama ni hii. Okay? So proofreading is the key, and this part ya kuimprove hii articulation itakuja wakati unafanya nini, una proofread. Okay, because you won't be using the tool as in ukiover rely. No, itakuja wakati una proofread the paper. Now nimeongea sana mazee. I expect whoever sees this video can use this tool to his advantage. Ukitaka niitishe logins, and again nimeongelea proofreading. So if nikikutana na proofreading issues, nitajua vizuri kabisa hapa nilirant tu bure, like nilimpiga tu kelele bure hapa. And in that case, especially for the new writers, actually I don't see why I should be forgiving. You just go, because nimemeka an effort, nimekaa chini, nimejaribu my best kukushow. So maze, put it to application. Thank you.